A thick fog enveloped the village of Ravelin as the elders gathered in the queen's palace. The air was heavy with whispers of an ancient prophecy. The oracle's voice echoed in the minds of all present, only a heart of strength can unlock the joy of the princess. A union of true love will bring prosperity, but envy will brew unseen storms. As Queen Alara paced the length of her throne room, she couldn't shake off the worry that clouded her heart. Her only daughter, Arya, had grown into a formidable young woman, stronger and more muscular than any of the men in the village. She was a sight to behold, yet despite her beauty and royal lineage, no suitor had dared to ask for her hand in marriage. Arya stood tall, her eyes reflecting the sadness she tried to conceal. She knew she was different, but her heart longed for the same happiness she saw in others. The village gossiped and sneered, calling her the unmarriageable princess. Little did they know her fate was intertwined with a destiny far greater than anyone could foresee. One fateful day, Arya ventured deep into the forest seeking solace among the ancient trees. As she walked, she heard the rhythmic thud of a drumbeat and the soft hum of a song. Curious, she followed the sound until she stumbled upon a hunter. His name was Finn, a man of the wild with eyes that sparkled with life and strength. Finn paused his song, sensing her presence. When he turned, their eyes met, and in that moment, a connection sparked. They spoke for hours, sharing stories of their lives and dreams. Arya felt a warmth she had never known before, a glimmer of hope igniting within her. Finn saw beyond her muscles and strength. He saw her kindness, her intelligence, and her gentle spirit. As the sun dipped below the horizon, he promised to return the next day. Arya's heart raced with anticipation. She had found a friend, perhaps even more. Days turned into weeks as Arya and Finn continued to meet in the forest. Their bond grew stronger, and Arya's happiness began to show. Her mother noticed the change, the lightness in her step, and the smile that played on her lips. The villagers whispered about the mysterious hunter who had captured the princess's heart. One person who noticed the change was Arya's best friend, Lena. Known for her beauty and grace, Lena had always been the center of attention. She saw the joy in Arya's eyes and felt a pang of jealousy. How could her muscular friend, who had always been an outcast, find love before her? Lena decided to uncover the truth about Finn. She followed Arya one day and watched from the shadows as the princess and the hunter laughed and talked. The sight filled her with envy. Determined to regain the attention she believed she deserved, Lena began to devise a plan. Lena's jealousy festered as she watched Arya and Finn's relationship blossom. She couldn't bear the thought of her friend finding happiness while she remained alone. One evening, as Arya confided in her about her growing feelings for Finn, Lena masked her envy with a smile. "That's wonderful, Arya," Lena said, her voice laced with false sweetness. "I'm so happy for you, but be careful. Sometimes people aren't what they seem." Arya, blinded by her newfound happiness, didn't notice the malice in Lena's eyes. She brushed off the warning, convinced that Finn was different. Meanwhile, Lena set her plan in motion. She spread rumors about Finn, suggesting he had ulterior motives for courting the princess. The villagers, always quick to believe the worst, began to whisper in doubt. But Arya and Finn's bond remained strong, unshaken by the rumors. Queen Alara, noticing the positive change in her daughter, decided to meet the hunter who had brought such joy to Arya's life. She summoned Finn to the palace, curious about the man who had won her daughter's heart. Finn arrived, his head held high and his eyes filled with determination. He knelt before the queen, introducing himself with humility and respect. Queen Alara questioned him about his intentions, and Finn spoke earnestly about his love for Arya and his desire to make her happy. The queen saw the sincerity in Finn's eyes and was impressed by his bravery and honesty. She gave her blessing, allowing Finn to court her daughter officially. Arya was overjoyed, and their bond grew even stronger with the queen's approval. As Arya and Finn's love deepened, Lena's jealousy turned to bitterness. She couldn't stand seeing her friend so happy while she remained alone. Desperate to regain the spotlight, she decided to take drastic measures. Lena sought out a powerful sorcerer in the outskirts of the village. She pleaded with him to cast a spell that would make Finn fall out of love with Arya. The sorcerer, intrigued by her desperation, agreed but warned her of the consequences. Unbeknownst to Lena, the spell she requested came at a high cost. The sorcerer's magic was unpredictable, and the outcome would be far from what she expected. She returned to the village, convinced that she had secured her revenge. The night after the spell was cast, Finn began to feel strange. A darkness crept into his dreams, and he found himself growing distant from Arya. He couldn't understand why, but an invisible force seemed to pull him away from her. Arya noticed the change and was heartbroken. She confronted Finn, but he couldn't explain his actions. The love they once shared seemed to slip through their fingers like sand. Lena watched from the shadows, a twisted satisfaction in her heart. But the sorcerer's spell had unforeseen consequences. Instead of driving Finn away from Arya, it awakened a dark power within him. He began to experience visions of an ancient evil threatening the village, a force that only he and Arya could defeat together. Finn's visions grew more intense, revealing a malevolent spirit that had been awakened by Lena's spell. The spirit sought to destroy the village, feeding on jealousy and discord. Finn realized that his love for Arya was the key to defeating the spirit. Determined to protect the woman he loved, Finn explained his visions to Arya. Together, they sought the wisdom of the village elders. The elders listened carefully and concluded that the spirit could only be defeated by a union of true love and strength. Arya and Finn prepared for the battle ahead, their bond strengthened by the trials they faced. Lena, realizing the extent of her mistake, was consumed by guilt. She tried to confess her actions, but the damage had already been done. The day of the battle arrived, and the village gathered in the square. Arya and Finn stood side by side, ready to face the spirit. The sky darkened, and a chilling wind swept through the village as the spirit manifested before them. With courage and determination, Arya and Finn fought the spirit. Their love for each other fueled their strength, and they pushed the spirit back. The villagers watched in awe, realizing that the muscular princess and the hunter were their only hope. The battle was fierce, but Arya and Finn refused to give up. As they fought, the spirit's power began to wane. The bond between them shone like a beacon, dispelling the darkness. Finally, with one last surge of strength, they defeated the spirit, banishing it from the village. The village erupted in celebration, grateful for the bravery of Arya and Finn. The queen declared a feast in their honor, and the villagers praised them for their courage and love. Arya and Finn's bond had saved them all, and they were hailed as heroes. Lena, racked with guilt, confessed her actions to Arya. She begged for forgiveness, tears streaming down her face. Arya, though hurt, forgave her friend. She understood that jealousy could drive people to do terrible things, but she chose to show compassion. With the village safe and the spirit defeated, Arya and Finn looked forward to their future together. They had overcome many challenges, and their love had proven to be stronger than any obstacle. As the village returned to normal, Arya and Finn continued to grow closer. They spent their days exploring the forest, learning more about each other and their shared dreams. The villagers, once skeptical of their relationship, now saw the true strength of their love. Queen Alara, proud of her daughter and her newfound happiness, began to see Finn as a son. She welcomed the hunter into the royal family, acknowledging the courage and wisdom he had shown. The bond between the queen and Finn grew, solidifying the unity within the village. Lena, though forgiven, struggled to find her place in this new chapter. She had learned a hard lesson about the destructive power of jealousy and vowed to change. She dedicated herself to learning and growing, hoping to earn back the trust and respect she had lost. One evening, under the light of a full moon, Finn took Arya to their favorite spot in the forest. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the sound of night creatures created a soothing melody. Finn, nervous but determined, knelt before Arya and held out a small, intricately carved wooden box. "Arya, my love," he began, his voice trembling with emotion, you have brought light into my life in ways I never imagined. Will you do me the honor of becoming my wife?" Aria's eyes filled with tears of joy as she nodded, unable to speak. She embraced Finn, her heart bursting with happiness. The news of their engagement spread quickly through the village, and the people celebrated with songs and dances that lasted well into the night. The day of the royal wedding arrived, and the village was adorned with colorful decorations. People